You know, what if the real secret to lasting happiness wasn't some new, complicated discovery, but a timeless path? A kind of roadmap, really, that was laid out for us by sages thousands of years ago. Well, today, we're going to uncover that ancient guide. And it's not just about success. It's about building a life of deep meaning, sustainable peace, and just true fulfillment. It's a question we all ask ourselves, isn't it? We're all on this quest to build a life of purpose, and just as importantly, to help our children find that same path. The incredible thing is, the answers we're looking for have been waiting for us this whole time. So let's start our journey together with the very first step. You see, the ancient masters taught that any meaningful journey doesn't just start with a step, it starts with a direction. Before we do anything else, we have to set a clear and noble aspiration. And this isn't just a goal, Think of it more like a compass. It's the thing that's going to guide every single action you take from this moment forward. I mean, just look at the sheer scale of the aspiration you see here. This wasn't just some personal mantra. This was the declared mission for an entire community of teachers. Can you imagine the impact when the why behind your work is this big, this profound? It becomes this incredible, powerful force for positive change that just radiates out to everyone you meet. And here's a perfect example of how that really works. There was a 5th grade teacher who, driven by his own aspiration, simply started reading the classics in his classroom early each morning. Now, he didn't command his students to join, he didn't force them, but just by seeing his quiet dedication, they started joining him one by one. His personal commitment, his example, it totally transformed the character of the entire class. The key thing to remember is this: your example is always the most powerful lesson. And this power, well, it has no age limit. There's this story about a group of kindergartners who were asked why they go to school. Their answer was so simple: to become sages. And with that huge aspiration lighting their way, they just started picking up trash on their walk home. So when older students saw these tiny kids cleaning the streets, they felt this sense of shame, and they stopped littering. I mean, think about that. A 5-year-old's aspiration can actually lift up the conscience of an entire community. Amazing. Okay, so with that noble compass set, the real journey can begin. But the ancient masters were really clear about this. This path isn't about just collecting knowledge. It's about turning that knowledge into real wisdom through action. True learning is about what you do. There's this classic story about the poet Bak Kyuji. He asked the great Zen master O Sao for the essence of all teachings, and the master replied, "Do no evil, perform all good." The poet kind of scoffed and said, "Come on, even a 3-year-old knows that." And the master's reply, it was just devastatingly profound. He said, "A 3-year-old may know it, but an 80-year-old struggles to live it." And right there, that is the huge difference between knowledge and wisdom. And this incredible insight, it actually comes from a child's diary, written after just one lesson on an ancient text about virtuous living. This young student immediately got it. He understood the whole point. This wisdom isn't for showing off or for reciting, it's for living. And here's what that looks like in a real family. After learning the line, "In the morning, greet your parents, at night, see that they are resting well," one little kid started waiting by his parents' bedroom door every single morning. And as they came out, he would bow deeply and ask if they had slept well. His parents, they were moved to tears. Just one single line, put into practice, brought the entire teaching to life and totally transformed the feeling in their home. All right, so we have our aspiration, our compass, and we're committed to practice. But the sages also gave us a really critical warning about the order of learning. They insisted that before we go chasing any kind of advanced knowledge, we must first build a solid foundation of moral character. This next story is a little stark, but it's such an important illustration of that warning. A proud grandmother was showing off her young granddaughter's English skills to a guest. After the little girl correctly identified an apple and an umbrella, she turned to her grandma and asked, "Grandma, what's the word for book?" When her grandmother humbly admitted that she didn't know, the little girl's response was, well, it was chilling. She said, "Grandma, why are you so silly?" Just let that sink in for a second. Without a foundation of humility, of respect, more knowledge doesn't create a better person. It actually creates a more arrogant one. That knowledge just became a tool for that child to belittle the very person who loved her most. This is the exact danger the sages were warning us about. The great scholar Lam Tak Tzu compiled a list called the 10 Useless Things, and 2 of them speak directly to this point. First, being arrogant and proud, extensive learning is useless. And second, if conduct is not upright, reading books is useless. They're just powerful, timeless reminders to keep our priorities straight, you know? So, once we have a noble aspiration, a commitment to practice, and that strong moral foundation, what's the actual method for mastering wisdom? Well, the ancients gave us a simple yet incredibly powerful formula for deep cultivation. The whole method is captured in this ancient 8-character formula. It translates to deeply enter one gate and cultivate for a long time. This is really the principle of focused mastery. Instead of dipping your toes in 100 different paths, you commit to one. And for the sages, that one gate was always the path of morality and virtue. Now, that path of morality is built on 2 core pillars. The first is Tao, or the way. And you can think of it like the universe's operating system. It's the unseen law of cause and effect, the natural harmony that governs everything, from the seasons changing to the health of our relationships. It's not a belief system, it's an observable reality. And the second pillar is Duk, or virtue. So if Dao is the natural law of the universe, then Duk is our conscious choice to live in alignment with that law. It's when our actions, our words, and our thoughts are all in harmony with the way things are truly meant to be. This, right here, is the very essence of a virtuous life. And so, there we have it, a 4-step path to a more meaningful life, passed down through generations. First, set that noble aspiration to guide you. Second, commit to practice, not just theory. Third, build your foundation of character before you do anything else. And fourth, focus deeply on that one gate of cultivation. It's the journey from just having knowledge to having true wisdom. This ancient wisdom is so profound, but it only really comes alive when we decide to act on it. So, looking back at these 4 steps, what is the one small thing you can do today, right now, to begin? Maybe it's setting a clear aspiration for your family, or maybe just putting one simple, kind teaching into practice. The journey begins right now. If you found this explainer helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss our future explorations into timeless wisdom. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey.